We have a lot of Celtic news to discuss in today's video, which includes the star that could be set for a shock U-turn. We will discuss this in today's video whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Adam Idah may have missed out on the emotional return to his hometown pitch, but Brendan Rodgers has confirmed the striker will feature during Celtic's upcoming training camp in Portugal. Idah, who was back in Cork as Celtic lifted the inaugural Cork Super Cup on Tuesday night, wasn't risked against his boyhood club after only returning to training on Friday following international duty. Rodgers, speaking after the 2-1 win over Cork City, explained the rationale behind the decision and confirmed the striker's involvement in the games to come. Rodgers had this to say: "Obviously, emotionally, it would have been lovely, and I'd have loved to have played Adam here, but the international guys only came back on Friday, so he trained hard this morning, and almost the other guys. It's just too big a risk. Come back in after being off for the summer, and you only train Friday, Saturday. We normally would give them at least a week before they would play." Adam knows. I think for him, it's just amazing for him to be back home, to come back. When I told him last year we wouldn't be coming to Cork, he was really excited about it. He understood why he wasn't, but I know he's loved being back here for this short time, he concluded. Celtic head to Portugal next for a warm weather training camp with behind closed doors friendly planned against Estrela da Amadora before facing Sporting Lisbon, where Idah is expected to get valuable minutes under his belt. It's then back to Glasgow for their Adidas Cup match against Newcastle United. Then, as pre-season preparations reach their peak, it's off to Lake Como for Brendan Rodgers' side as they prepare to face Ajax in the Como Cup. The season starts in just under a month, and Brendan Rodgers will be looking to get his team flying out of the blocks with a League and League Cup to defend this season, with fans also wanting to see progression in the Champions League. Now for the main story. Brendan Rodgers has admitted he may need to revise his plans for Hayato Inamura after the Japanese defender impressed on his first outing for Celtic in Tuesday's 2-1 win over Cork City. Signed from Albirex Niigata for £250,000 last weekend, the 23-year-old was billed as a developmental signing and expected to be loaned out. But after just one start at left-back, Inamura is already turning heads at Lennox Town. From the opening whistle in Cork, Inamura looked anything but tentative. Calm on the ball and confident going forward, he showed a sharpness that belied his limited senior experience. The defender only made his J-League debut in April 2024 after coming through university football in Japan. Rodgers had initially been open about the club's expectation that Inamura might require a spell away from Celtic to adjust to the demands of top-level football. But speaking after the game, the manager admitted the players' performances in training and against Cork have forced a rethink. Rodgers had this to say: 100%, I'm not fixed on it. The plan was to bring him in, see how he does pre-season, thinking that he may need to get out and play. But I always judge players on the pre-season on how they look and are they going to be capable. He's certainly in the few days training, he's shown he's so smooth with the ball. Not only that, he plays forward. I've got to say he surprised me. In these first days training, he's so competent with the ball, he's a good size. His comfort on the ball, his willingness to attack is really good, so we'll see how he looks over the remaining games, Rodgers concluded. It's clear Rodgers values pre-season as a proving ground for those on the fringes, and Inamura has taken his opportunity early. With Celtic still looking to strengthen defensively, particularly on the left side, the Japanese newcomer may now remain in Glasgow and compete for a place rather than head out on loan as originally planned. In other news, Celtic's pre-season preparations were dealt an early blow after Stephen Welsh was forced off with a shoulder injury during tonight's 2-1 win over Cork City. The centre-back had to be substituted shortly after Celtic conceded an equaliser. Welsh was in clear discomfort as physios rushed onto the pitch. The defender appeared to suffer a dislocated shoulder, a recurring problem that has already interrupted his career on multiple occasions. Brendan Rodgers confirmed after the match that it's the fourth time Welsh has had the issue and hinted that surgery might now be on the cards. The 25-year-old has battled injuries in recent seasons, and another spell on the sidelines could complicate his hopes of regular minutes this term. It's a frustrating development for a player who had been looking to build momentum this summer. With Celtic still light in central defence, the setback comes at an unwelcome time for both the squad and Rodgers. Rodgers said, "I think by the time the physios got on, it had popped back in, but the pain was too sore, so we took him off. It's the fourth time that it's popped out. I think when it keeps coming out like that, there's the possibility of an operation. He has to have a wee think about that, he concluded. Celtic will now assess the injury in the coming days, with medical staff expected to advise on the next steps. Should surgery be required, Welsh would likely face a lengthy recovery period heading into the new season. Rodgers had included Welsh as part of his travelling group to Ireland, and the defender had been looking to make his case for more game time. His absence would leave Celtic relying more heavily on other options like Cameron Carter-Vickers and Dane Murray during the early fixtures. With a busy campaign ahead, including Champions League qualifiers and domestic challenges, the timing of the injury could not be worse. The club will be hopeful of a clear diagnosis soon to allow Welsh to plot the best path forward. In other news, Jude Bonner is set to join Ayr United on loan for the full season as the young Celtic midfielder looks to get regular first-team football. The 19-year-old made his debut for Celtic last season, but with strong competition for places in the midfield, he'll now move to the Championship to continue his development. Ayr United, managed by former Celtic captain Scott Brown, have agreed to take Bonner on a season-long deal. Bonner is seen as one of the more promising players in the club's youth system. He has shown good technical skill and a strong attitude in training. Celtic want him to play more competitive matches to help him take the next step. A full season in the Championship is expected to give him the experience he needs, playing against older and more experienced players week in, week out. At Ayr, Bonner will be under the guidance of Brown, who knows the demands of playing for Celtic and what it takes to succeed in Scottish football. It's a good opportunity for the youngster to learn from someone who's been there and done it. Celtic have often sent young players out on loan to toughen them up and get them ready for the first team. The likes of Liam Scales, Mikey Johnston and others have all benefited from these spells away. This move gives Bonner the chance to prove himself at a good level. If he performs well, he could come back next season and be in a stronger position to push for more games at Celtic Park. The club will be watching his progress closely over the coming months. Bonner will now look to settle in quickly at Ayr and make the most of his time in the Championship. Lastly, Brendan Rodgers has provided a positive update on the fitness of Rio and Cameron Carter-Vickers, with both players making strides in their recovery ahead of the new season. The duo missed Celtic's opening pre-season fixtures, including the 1-0 win over Queen's Park and tonight's victory against Cork City. However, Rodgers confirmed that Rio has resumed full training, while Carter-Vickers is progressing well following knee surgery at the end of last season. Rodgers said this: Rio is fine, he's been training since he's come back and looked really good, he's looked really strong, so no repercussions of the injury. Cam, again, just working with the conditioners on the field on his own, and we're thinking around about either just before or just after Newcastle he'll be ready to play. But he'll be joining in fairly soon, Rodgers said. Rio getting back to full training is a big boost for Celtic after he missed the end of last season through injury. He brings energy and creativity to the midfield, and that will be important as the team steps up pre-season work. Carter-Vickers is also progressing well in his recovery. He's still training on his own just now, but the hope is he'll rejoin the squad around the time of the friendly against Newcastle. His return will strengthen the defence ahead of the new season. With both players close to being fully fit, Rodgers is set to have more key options available again. It's a timely boost as Celtic get deeper into their preparations and look to carry momentum into the competitive matches ahead. What are your thoughts on these? Let us know down in the comments section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribed to the channel for more Celtic content.